Thanks for joining us. For the very first time on the PGA Tour, we have set up one of the coolest social media setups I've ever seen. We're at the Wells Fargo Champ Golf Experience Social Media Hub. Try saying that 3 times fast. Joined by Troy Merritt. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I asked you to introduce this whole thing and you said no.
I'm a lot better off script.
Okay.
I couldn't remember that. I couldn't get that out at all.
Well, that's actually great that you're good at going off script because we have some very off script Twitter questions for you.
Perfect.
Because we're in the social media hub. So for those that maybe aren't familiar with you, want to get to know you a little better, first let's talk about where you come from, what your story is. And you are from Idaho.
Yes, I was raised in Idaho, spent 5 years in Minnesota,
Yep.
went back to Boise State for a couple years, spent a couple years in Phoenix, and now I'm back in Idaho.
So you and Graham Dillette are the only 2 players to come from that golf program. And when I said, isn't it cold? You said, it's like 35 degrees. And you play in that weather year round, which I think is a little crazy, but you love it.
That's, we get the itch up north. We want to go out and play. I mean, everybody in the South is spoiled. They can go out and play whenever they want. And I found that out in Phoenix. I never played in December. I always play more in Boise in December than I ever did in Phoenix.
Right.
Oh, we love it.
So let's get right into our Twitter questions. 2010 was your first full season on the PGA Tour.
Yep.
And Jimmy Cat wants to know, what was your welcome to the PGA Tour moment? What was that moment when you were like, we're out here?
Very first round, I walked up to the Sony Open, I got on the putting green, and I was, there's Ernie Els, there's Jim Furyk, there's Zach Johnson, there's David Thompson. I've cheered for these guys throughout my entire childhood, and now I'm playing against them to make a living. I was like, all right, here we go.
That has to be kind of a weird transition, right? Going from watching these guys on television, wanting to really emulate what they do, and now all of a sudden you're competing against them. Your first big pairing with a really famous player, was it nerve-wracking for you, or did you knew you fit right in?
It was the perfect pairing for me. It was Sunday of the Farmers Insurance. We were about the 4th to last group. Right in front of Phil and Ricky, I was playing with Matt Every and Ernie Els, who, I mean, you couldn't get a better guy to play with for your first big-name star pairing.
That's very, very cool. All right, let's see. From Tanner, what was your most memorable experience competing in high school golf?
High school golf in Minnesota. It snowed. We got snowed out in May a couple times. I mean, you don't think about that. Everybody down here doesn't think about that.
Right.
We have to deal with that, through May, towards the end of May, even every now and then when we're up in Minnesota. So just that feeling, we can't play golf today because there's 6 inches of snow on the ground.
So then you build a good kind of snowman.
Yeah. Exactly. No, you go home and do homework.
All right, let's see. We have from Tony Carr, if you could use only 3 clubs to play a round, which would you choose?
When in doubt, hit driver. So that'd be one. My putter's been the best club in my bag this year. And we'll throw the 7-iron in. Tin Cup said he never missed a 7-iron, so we'll go with the 7-iron.
And can't go wrong with that. And I'm going to fast forward to this question because I love this. You say you're one of the best putters on tour when you look at your stats. This cracks me up. Rob wants to know, as one of the best putters on tour, what putting drill would you use or would you endorse for a 7-year-old with sudden alignment issues? The 7-year-old has sudden alignment issues. That made me laugh out loud.
If you watch me putt, it doesn't look right. And my biggest thing that I would tell anybody is if you can get the ball in the hole, do whatever it takes to get the ball in the hole. When I got out of college, I got some instruction, got all set up. I looked like Tiger Woods putting the ball, and I couldn't make it from a foot. So if you can putt the ball and it looks funny, just putt it anyway.
From David Khatib, what is the best golf tip you've ever received?
There's 2 of them, actually. When I was a kid, I remember watching Ernie Els on TV saying that when you have a downhill putt, play more break.
Okay.
And then when I was at Boise State, my coach Kevin Burton, who played on tour for a year back in '96, I believe, he said that you don't have to focus and grind the entire round. Just focus at 45-second intervals. You get to the ball, get your yardage, figure out what shot you want to hit, focus on it, hit that shot, and then shut it off. Think about something out, do whatever you want. So a good one last week, I made a bad bogey on 9 on Sunday, and I tossed my ball up into the crowd. There was a little girl sitting in her chair minding her own business, and it came in a little bit hot up the hill, and it hit this bump, and it popped up and landed so softly in her lap that my caddy shouted from 10 feet behind me, "Did you see that?" I was like, "Yeah, that's the best shot I've hit all week." And then we were fine. We had a laugh about it, and we went to the next hole.
That's how you know you have a good caddy, right? Get your mind off of it, onto the next thing. All right, and here is our last one. This is actually from the winning player caddy from last week, Joe Scavron on the bag for
Sunshine.
Ricky Fowler.
His name's Sunshine.
His name's Sunshine. So we're going to have to, maybe we should throw out a question to him
That's right,
later because he
Sunshine.
wants to know, where did you get your nickname Turbo T from? And this may be a social media hub, but try and keep it PG for the people out there.
Well, he and I call Ricky Razzle Dazzle. Razzle me with the outfits and dazzle me with the golf. Razzle Dazzle is a good combo, and he's Sunshine from California, so that's where that came from. But they gave me Turbo T, and I'm just going to tell him that he knows that I pump it 25 past his boy. He knows that.
Shots fired by Troy Merritt. We're not going to top that answer, so we're going to let you get out of here. Thank you so much for joining us.
This was
Thank
fun.
you for answering all of our fan questions.
Absolutely.
And good luck this week.
Thanks, I appreciate it,
Thanks.
Amanda.
Thanks for joining us.